step closer to the national finals. Plus, Dave Pell shows us how to use your shadow to help your short game.
These are extraordinary times in golf, in our country, all over the world. For perspective, it is helpful to look back more than half a century. Amazingly, there's a distinguished gentleman in our sport, a Texan named Byron Nelson, the lone remaining pre-World War II golfing icon and the 1939 U.S. Open champion, who has lived long enough to know that yesterday's enemy could be today's hero. Yesterday's impossible dream could be today's reality. At this moment in time and at this place, we're reminded that tomorrow is not guaranteed. Reminded here that whether you pay $35 at the Muni or $35,000 at the country club, you can't own this game. Only enjoy it. And so for many reasons, this is a very good spot for our nation's championship. Yes, there is a painful anniversary on the horizon and a nervous sense of uncertainty about our future. But there is reason to smile, reason to marvel, reason to come together. No matter the race or religion or economic strata. This is how we do it in our country, for the love of a game, in the spirit of fairness.
Thanks for watching our preview of the U.S. Open. It should be an interesting week as our national championship is played on a public golf course for the very first time. And you couldn't ask for a more appropriate place to play it than right here in New York. We leave you with a programming note. Beginning Thursday on the Golf Channel, beginning at 9 a.m., we will have updates from the U.S. Open. And then following network coverage, we will have news conferences, hour-long golf centrals, and viewers' forum. For all of us at the Golf Channel, I'm Brian Hammond. Enjoy the 102nd playing of the United States Open Championship.
Skills competition heads out on the road as talented youngsters from across the country show off their golf skills. Next on the Golf Channel.
Following the Drive, Chip, and Putt Texas Regional Championship, catch new scores and highlights on Golf Central. Then stay tuned for a preview of the 2002 U.S. Open.
It's time for the Golf Channel's Drive, Chip, and Putt Junior Golf Skills Competition from La Cantera Golf Club in San Antonio, Texas, where kids ages 7 to 12 will compete for a spot in the National Championship. They may be young, but some have been playing golf for more than half their lives.
I was playing when I was 5, and my brother taught me a little.
I was 6 years old. My dad taught me how to chip, drive, and putt.
I was 4, yeah, I think 4, and my dad started teaching me.
I was about 6, and my dad's been teaching me.
I was 2.5 years old, and my dad taught me how to play.
I was about 2 years old, and I would swing like mirror, but with my dad, because he's right-handed, that's why I was left-handed, and I just really got interested and started liking it.
Welcome to Texas! Yeehaw!
Hello, everyone. I'm David Marr. We're at the Golf Academy at La Cantera Golf Club in the beautiful hill country of San Antonio, Texas, home of the PGA Tour's Valero Texas Open and the Golf Channel's Lone Star Regional Championship of the Drive, Chip, and Putt competition. Kids qualified for this regional final through local competitions in New Braunfels, Fort Worth, Houston, and San Antonio, and 3 move on to the national finals. Right now, let's check out the overall rules for the competition. The golfers participate in 3 age groups, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, and 11 and 12-year-olds. Each will get a chance to drive, chip, and putt. Points are calculated by the position they finish, 1 point for first, 2 points for second, and so on. The golfer with the lowest score for all 3 events will advance to the national championship. Each event has its own set of rules, and the kids will be teeing it up for the driving portion right here on the driving range. They get 2 drives, and the longest drive counts as their score. Now, if you look out at the landing area, there are mounds they're going to have to work off of, but each of their drives must stay within our 40-yard boundaries. And don't forget, girls get an additional 20 yards added to their drives. Let's get started with the 7 and 8-year-olds in Landon Giral. The ball gets lost in the clouds, but there it is in the middle of your TV screen at 95 yards. 8-year-old Christina Stringham is next. She's been playing golf for only 9 months and gets this ball high in the air. It takes a bounce for 133 yards, add 20 more for 153. Here's Richard Lee with a big stick. He says he pretty much taught himself how to play golf and hits a great shot off the tee. It takes a good bounce, and he gets a 172-yard drive. Now Lawrence Lee, no relation to Richard, he hits it way to the left and we lose it in the air. But it lands right in front of our cameraman and passes him by for 164 yards. Here's how the 7 and 8-year-olds finished up in driving. Richard is in the top spot, Lawrence second, and Christina third. Landon lands in the 10th spot, followed by the rest of our competitors. Now Christina tells us who taught her how to play the game.
My grandpa taught me how to play golf, and he taught me the grip and a lot of things, and he taught me how to take it back. I just started a couple of months ago, like 9 months ago, and he taught me a lot of things.
And he taught you well, Christina. Here's another young lady, J.C. Benitez.
Good job.
This one headed right at you and rolls to 129 yards, plus 20, makes it a 149-yard drive. Zachary Cabra is next. You can't see the ball fly, but you can see it land at 154 yards off the tee. Here's Corey Whitsitt. What a great drive. We'll let Corey tell you how far he hit it.
I hit 198 yards. I hit so far because I guess I just go out and hit a lot of golf balls and work on the fundamentals I need to work on.
Good work, Corey. Now it's another big hitter, Austin Brewster. He gets it a little off the toe and out to the right, and it almost gets by our cameraman at 191 yards. Mauricio Garcia steps up for his shot. His favorite player is Sergio Garcia because he has the same last name. And Mauricio gets 183 yards on his drive. Here's how the 9 and 10-year-olds stand after driving. Corey takes first place, Austin second, and Mauricio third. And JC grabs the 9th spot. Now here's Mauricio to tell us about the driver he used, which was bought the day before competition.
Callaway C4. Because my older one was an old Hawkeye, so it wasn't as strong. So then it was a regular flex. My other one was stiff, so it was a little harder to hit. And this one, I really feel it when I swing.
Now for the really big hitters, the 11 and 12-year-olds and lefty Cameron Fanning. He gets this one up there and out there, and it bounces to 213 yards. Bryson Jimenez is next. The ball pulls a disappearing act and lands at 220 yards. J.J. Brown is a catcher and third baseman in baseball, and he catches a high one off the tee here. But it got out there for 221 yards. Philip Gomez likes football. He's a running back, linebacker, and kicker, and he got a couple of good kicks here in the fairway for 227 yards. Next is Christopher Walker. Wow, what a swing. He hopes to play Pebble Beach someday, and with that 233-yard drive, he should do pretty well out there. Chris's drive puts him in the top spot with Philip and JJ just yards behind. And our only girl in the 11 and 12-year-old division, Jan Roberts, took the 8th spot. Now, some of our big hitters talk about their best round of golf.
My best round of golf ever is 69, 3 under at my home course, Austin Country Club. And I was 10 last summer.
It was just a couple months ago. It was an 80 at the Woodlands Country Club.
64 at Sundance.
Well, that wraps up the driving competition. Don't go anywhere. Chipping's up next. But first, let's hear from some of the kids on why they like chipping.
My mom made me a chipping green in my backyard, and I work on that every night. And she made like 10 yards and 25-yard markers. So I work on that a lot, and I like that.
I guess I like chipping because it's really tough because you have to hit it just the right amount of speed to get a good score.
The Golf Channel's presentation of the Junior Golf Skills Regional Finals brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right. And by Titleist, the #1 ball in golf.
Guess they're not home.
Mom?
Hit it.
Dad? You'll find any excuse to go Outback for our perfectly grilled shrimp and fresh Atlantic salmon.
Son! You're breaking up.
Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
After 7 years of trying, he's really here.
Good gifts of love.
I know.
Good gifts to hand me down.
Honey, who's that?
It's Mark, our financial advisor.
You've planned the next 18 years?
Yeah.
From college to retirement planning, our financial advisors help clients realize their dreams.
These gifts to
We've invited you here to announce a major breakthrough, the result of ongoing R&D at our Virginia facility. So, with great pride, we unveil something that not only revolutionizes our industry, it revolutionizes everything.
When it happens in business, it will happen in Virginia.
Oh, when a problem comes along, you must whip it before the cream sets out too long. You must whip it when something's going wrong. You must whip it. Now whip it into shape. Shape it up. Get straight. Go forward. Move ahead. Try to detect it. It's not too late to whip it. Whip it good.
Time for the chipping competition, and here are the rules. Each kid gets 3 chips from within our markers right here. And here's where you want to land it. 1 point if it's outside of our circles, 2 points inside this outer circle, then 3, 4, 5 inside the bullseye, and 10 if you can hold it. That's 3 chips. You can get anywhere from 3 to 30 points, 30 if you hold all 3. We'll get started with the 9 and 10-year-olds chipping in just a minute, but first, let's listen to PGA Tour pro David Gossett talk about what golf was like for him at that age.
When I was 9 or 10, I just loved going out to the golf course every day and having my buddies that I'd play with and practice with. And I think what advice I'd like to give them is just to play and compete in the junior tournaments and have a ball with it.
Gossett also said he had fun in college at the University of Texas in Austin, just north of us here in San Antonio. Let's not delay and get right to the chipping competition. Stevie Ray Martinez started it off for the 9 and 10-year-olds. This one for 4 points and 10 points total. Landon Lyons gave it his all. This one finished in the 5-point range for a total of 7. Southpaw David Miles from the Woodlands, Texas, hit a good one, 4 points and 10 total. Ryan Connor got the job done. This one finishes for 5 points and 12 points overall. Now here's Jay Cox. Watch this one go right in the hole. Good job, Jay. But he wasn't done. This isn't an instant replay. It's Jay landing another hole out. Those two 10